Welcome everybody! Welcome back! We will continue to Pokemon Ultra Moon today. Okay, first of all, sorry for this late start. I was a bit caught up in something. Now, today, we will continue with the Kala Island. To start us off, I want to mention that I haven't edited the last stream yet, because I've been kind of busy a bit. Busy. But it will still happen. And I will see to it that it'll happen over the course of this weekend. Probably Saturday, because then I have a lot of time. And yeah, that stream upload is coming your way this weekend. Aside from that, what we're doing today after the Kahuna fight, we will start going through a bit of further exploration things and stuff, and hopefully reach the next island. I say hopefully because we will have a lot to do today. Well, not that much actually. I am not going to spoil what we have after the Kahuna, but right now we're going to do this little thing. Nothing big, just helping a guy find the true love he desires. A Clamperl. The only Pokemon that I have currently that has a Z Crystal, well, Pokemon as in multiple, are my Brion, Sereno, and Arcanine. Asahi. Now we have shown him a Z move, and now let's kick his ass. Oh, by the way, I wanted to give Silkio a new haircut. I didn't do that last stream. So many iron defenses. My guy, we have already shown you a Z move. Now all you have left to do is perish. Hello there! Since you've just arrived, a little rundown on the plan. We'll challenge the Kahuna after this battle, do a bit of story, and see how far we get. I do hope we can still explore part of the third island, but I'm not guaranteeing anything because what we have between now and the third island is a bit more than one might think. Or, well, it's not that much actually, but yeah. Look how cute it looks! I know it's burned, I know it's not doing well, but no. Poor bean. And for the bean, a bean. So cute. I've played Moon and specifically Ultra Moon a few times now, but I have never used the Jolteon for this game before. We got a max revive for this. And he will go confess his feelings. Or will he? He did. But she said no. That guy certainly is motivated to find love. Now, let's see. There it is. Are you the Pokemon called Fur? No, you aren't. I can't change my Furfroo's hairstyle here. I have to go to the first island for this. Well, then time to do my own hair. That is a funny number. This is what my hairstyle is the most like currently, and sideswept. Somehow I always end up with this kind of look in this game. Well, I guess I have somewhat limited taste. Or I'm just very picky. Let's see... Hat. Legendary. I don't even know what this cap is referring. Oh, right, the green and beige refer to the decorations. I'm taking green. Or this. Let's go with this. Messenger bag. Ooh, these bags are pretty. Ruffled shoulder bag. Too many ruffles. Let me have a messenger bag. Are there sneakers? But why do they have to have Pikachu design? Espadrilles. This is more my taste. Give me the black ones. Nope, I don't like socks in this game. The Capri pants look good with this. Oh, let's see if we have a better t-shirt. Too many ruffles. Still too many ruffles. I think I'm gonna stay with that, and I'm gonna get the black capri pants. Or what kind of shorts do we have? Yeah, no, capri pants. Can you hear everything fine, by the way? Seriously, is everything audible? Or is something wrong? I'm kinda not getting a lot of feedback right now. Sorry being a bit busy right now. That's okay, it's... I was just wanting to know if everything is audible. But if you can answer, then that means yes. This fight I am not really scared of. It's nothing big, actually. I am a bit more scared of what comes after. Let's see. Audio is completely fine. That is good. Thank you very much. Let's give Raidra the magnet. Take away the amulet coin. And Sharo, you probably won't be able to do much, but neither will Asahi. Do I have something else? Nope. Fuck. Yeah, let's go through our strategy. Our strategy will be Ray and Sarino. This is not gonna end well, is it? Usually I've a grass type along with my water type for this, even though grass and water pretty much do the same thing, aside from the fact that water has an electric weakness that grass doesn't have. A little heads up, by the way. Oh, I should get our biscuit before we head out. After the Kahuna fight, we will take a small break so that I can get some water and you can get some water, and yeah. Afterwards, we're continuing strong. It'll really just be a very short break, so yeah. But it should be enough for you to get something to drink and maybe a snack if you need it, but honestly, I don't plan on streaming for that long. Oh, by the way, do you know what comes with a new island? Another round of 5 Pokemon that we can catch with the island scan. So, I have 5 more Pokemon to talk about today. And a bit of a lightning round. Ooh, Rotom. Roto prize money. I think I will actually use this for the Kahuna fight. You know what? We will go to the Pokepella Go real quick. Just to check how many Pokemon we've caught. This is a good one. Okay, not the Pokemon. The Pokemon that we got here is shit. But we can make Isle of Plenty now, which is our Bean Island. We can grow things. Fucking finally. Hello, Jinx. This is something I will have to check for tomorrow to see if she agrees on staying, but I don't think so. A small fun fact, actually, about the Pokemon that can randomly appear here. There is a chance that the Pokemon you find is shiny. Yeah. You can get shiny Pokemon through this island space here. That is similar to getting shinies via cooking curry in Pokemon Sword and Shield. When you cook curry in that game, there's a small chance a wild Pokemon will join you in your camp, and that Pokemon has a chance to be shiny, and shinies like this are incredibly fucking rare. Good luck if you want to get one. I am not going to do it. Yeah, come. Let's do this. Tomorrow at 7 AM I have to check in. Shouldn't be too difficult. I will also tell you some of the details I know of Island of Plenty when we unlock it, so in basically just a moment. After I've shaken the stalk. You know what I mean. check this on the daily. Don't make my mistakes. Don't sit here for minutes on end trying to pick up every bean because you've missed a day. Or 4. It should be around 4 days since Sunday. Oh, by the way, for Sunday, I will try to make this Sunday a bit of a longer stream again. This time, intentional. Because last Sunday, excuse me, because last Sunday and also today will be somewhat shorter, I want to make the next stream a bit longer. Not the next few streams. Next Thursday might be a bit on the shorter side as well again, though maybe it'll be a longer one too. We'll have to see that. I'll give you the plan for next week on Sunday. Now, you can put in every berry you own. There is a small thing that I want to mention. You can check each and every berry by themselves, and they all have their own timer. If you put beans in this crate, the berries will grow double as fast for the amount of time you have in here. So, if you have a pomegranate berry or a tomato berry like I do, that is 48 hours, you want to put 24 hours worth of beans in that box, so that this tomato berry is done in 24 hours. Basically, the beans give you twice the time. This is what my rainbow beans are going to be used for. Berries. Our next goal is getting 30 Pokemon for this. And the rest of the aisles are actually not that important. I will try to level up Isle of Plenty, I will try to get Isle of Foon, and I will try to get this main island up. That is all we're going to do here. So I think we need roughly 60 Pokemon in our box? Maybe a bit more. Now, because I promised a new haircut, we're going to do that real quick. And after getting a new haircut for our dog, we will go to the next Kahuna fight. I apologize that it takes so long for me to get to that part, but yeah. I am kind of mixing up the order for everything again and again. Oh, the mall is open now. We can do a small event there, but I'm not going to do that now. That'll be something for Sunday. No. I want to talk to you. No? Do I want to talk to you? Yes, I want to talk to you. Now, we've had the Lorraine, we've had the Kabuki. Let's go debutante. Or debutant? Whatever. New style. And let's take a look at him. Ooh, that's the yellow one! He is now fabulous! Now? Let's go! Off to Coney City. And from that point, off to see Kahuna Olivia. I'm also not going to do the Ditto side quest right now. I always misclick because on the normal 3DS, the X button is up top. Bulldoze! Just in case, on Asahi. Will replace Reversal. Steel Wing I will save for a later date. And Low Sweep sadly can't be learned by anyone. Maybe we will get a fighting type or something. I still don't know what the last team member is going to be. I just know it's gonna be there eventually. These graphical bugs, by the way, are because of the textures. That can happen with slopes. But it's not normal. It's also not a death sentence, so don't worry. Now, I believe you have a Pokemon I can fight against. I suggest you take every single opponent on your way. She has her own Furfrou. But to the why I'm suggesting it, the fight we have in front of us is not particularly difficult, but not an easy one either. I like that it's lowering my attack when I use special attacks. A Comfy. We've encountered one in the trial, in the Grass Type trial last time. And Comfy is not a big enemy. I also wouldn't recommend to use one in single player as it's a support Pokemon. Almost purely support. If you want to use one, it's best used in double battles and in competitive ones at that. Even there, it's not one of the better Pokemon. So, Comfy really isn't something you should pick up. I say as Asahi takes a hit. Well, she hit herself. Now, you would think we don't have much reason to grind, but our team is not on the top of it. This team will struggle. As I said, I'm not afraid of Olivia, but that... it's still a tough nut to crack. The reason why I believe I shouldn't be afraid is because of the Water-type starter with the Water-type Z-Crystal. The game really only picks up in difficulty at very sporadic points. Also, hello Jolteon. Mirror match! Why is it always Ray getting into mirror matches? Now, let's see. Who's stronger? So far, it seems like we are. I mean, we are 2 levels above. I am not going to deny that. Ollie hoop. And he's going to heal. Since he's a cheater like that, I'm going to do the same. Yeah, super potion should suffice. I know the NPCs technically aren't cheating here. It's just... well, a joke, more or less. The guy uses such weak moves. Also, I know electric-type moves are stab and therefore should still be effective, but Jolteon has a fun little ability that's called Volt Absorber, which means whatever I use, he gets powered up by it. we got a Dusk Ball. Probably something I cannot use, since we always play in the evening. Well, evening here is daytime in game because Pokemon Ultra Moon and not Ultra Sun. But maybe, just maybe, something's going to come up for Halloween. If my plan is gonna go correctly, we might not do a Thursday stream next week, but a Friday stream instead. Please be friendly and call me Punky. I know the mood, girl. I know it. Ooh, a nice bug type. Ariados, I have already talked about. Not the best bug type out there. We've already met that one. But not the worst either. That title is taken by Letterboss still. In a one-on-one fight, Ledian might beat an Ariados because of type advantage, but in sense of utility, Ariados is definitely a lot better. Now, considering everything, I want to try to reach level 30 with Raidra and with Sarino. Which might take some time. Maybe I'll try level 29 instead, but that's roughly my plan. Or, well, that's an idea. A very rough one. Of course, fighting Team Skull is always on us. A Rollin Raticate. Normal dark type. It was our first totem Pokemon. And we're going to do the same to this one that we did to the other. We're going to Hyper Voice it to death. Or Disarming Voice. Hyper Voice is a move that we don't have yet. crunch hurts, man. As you can see, a Alolan Raticate fucking hurts. This thing is not to be trifled with. It's not a problem, but it's definitely not easy to fight either. I will go back to the main city again to heal. And after that, we'll continue our trek through the area. Level 28. Actually, this might be a good level where we can continue without grinding too much. It sounds good to me. Now, before we continue on, I want to turn on the XP share again. We don't have a ghost type. Nope, I did not want to go on that. I wanted to get off of this. That child is a trainer, and there is something. I want to have that, I think. People in graves are sleeping forever, right? Yeesh, kid! Yeesh! And a Magby. And a Ledian. I'm gonna let Sharo handle this. It's just a Ledian. It sucks to know that it sucks too, because Ledian actually looks somewhat cool. As you can see, no defensive stats whatsoever. I'm getting sleep. Kid! Jesus Christ! I want to see why this grave is brown. No particular reason. And you were that. The ruins of life are right next to a graveyard. This is macabre. Welcome to the Akala outskirts. This is the place where I've told you about having hunted for a very specific Pokemon for a long, long time until I finally gave up. Now, as I said, this Pokemon is an island scan exclusive, so I'm not going to be able to show it to you. But let's just say eventually I will get that fuck. This is Wishy-Washy with its signature ability Schooling. After level 20 and upwards, it will enter the fight in the school form if it is at full HP. But the moment it reaches half HP, it shrinks and its stats become minuscule. Give it a moment. Or was it even lower? Was it a third? I think it was a third then. If it's not half, it must be a third. Anyways, you can basically hit it out of this form with enough damage and it makes the Pokemon kind of useless. It looks cool and the school form is not bad, but the entire thing kind of bothers me. We hooked a Pokemon. I'm genuinely surprised. It's another Chinchou. Excuse me for that. I had to mute myself for a moment so you don't hear the full concentrated power of whatever the hell is going on again. For me, this is normal, by the way. And I'm going to try to mute myself whenever I hear the sirens blaring by. It's just a normal day. This happens a lot. We found TM28 Leech Life. I know who can learn this. In this game, Leech Life has 80 power. Only 10 PP, but holy crap! It's basically a better bite. Restoring HP along with, well, doing a good amount of damage to Psychic and Dark types. If you prefer the flinch for bite, keep that. This is all just preference. Excuse me. Had to mute myself again. To explain why this is so loud right now, I have my window open to get in some fresh air. We're going to flee the Wingull. Are you kidding me? Why are you so fast? Goddamn seagulls. There we go. And then we're going to fight you. Morning! Or evening. Or day. It shouldn't have an ice attack. It will probably have water and fighting. Also normal, I think. I just hope it won't have an ice attack. Normal attack. Holy crap! Sorry, Cheryl. You're getting the hell out of Dodge. This thing is an asshole. We're going to have to switch out again. Haha! Couldn't confuse Asahi. And now, you will face the fire. You played that battle well. GG for short! Damn, meta joke! Mine is so adorable. But Sharo deserves a bit of pets too, because that fight almost ended him. And a purple bean. And Cyreno. A pet and a bean. These ear parts are hard to hit. By the way, this is the sign that it got 1 heart. We've now reached 2 hearts with Cyreno. And it's not through taking care of it, because if we take care of Pokemon after the fight, like brushing their fur or something, it will just reach a 2nd heart without all that glitter. Which is why Silkio and Asahi already have a 2nd heart, but you haven't seen that animation. Oh, right. You know what, Rotom? You're right. We're gonna do what you should never do in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We're going to heal right before an important fight. Now, was there? No, there wasn't. Was there any Pokemon I still wanted to get? I think I should at least try to catch a Wingull. One more Pokemon means one Pokemon closer to 30. This should be 18 now. Yeah, with this 18. That means 12 more are missing. Silkio grew to level 28. This is amazing. Oh, no, I didn't want to add it to the party. A little tip on my side. Having a Pelipper with Drizzle might help in the upcoming battle if you have a second water type. So, if you still have a spot in your team free, don't worry about giving that off for a temporary Wingull. That might actually help you a lot. Now you know what, we're gonna save. In the middle of the stream. It's going to be a bit of a difficult fight, as I said. Oh, right, I forgot you! Meet a Team Skull admin. As you can see, the level is already picking up. A lot of what we have won't be enough, but it might do us some good. Plumeria is a poison-type trainer. We're going to try something. Oh, right, it's only a Salazzle in the base games. Well, Asahi, have fun nuking this thing off the surface of the planet. Yeah. To get the poison away from Ray. No, you're not going to learn Roost, Sharo. Ah, okay, Asahi. Let's brush your fur. You're already at 2 hearts. Whoops, so we have to be careful, but this shouldn't be too bad. As long as I don't pet you and feed you in too much. Eventually I want to take more care of my Pokemon too, but it should all be measured at the moment still. And there we go. And another bean. heart number 2. So there's only 2 members left who are missing their second heart. 2 hearts is still not too bad, but yeah. Aw, she wants to show me. How cute. I'm gonna save again, just in case that we get into the fight directly after with our slightly damaged team. But I think we will have Lily backing us up. So hey, healing my party was actually a pretty good intuition I had there. She is a fangirl. Yeah, Lily heals us. So, healing right in front of the Plumeria fight was a stroke of luck. I forgot that fight was there. Now then. Let's do this. Is a bug rock type. Its only weakness is steel. Well, and water. But since I was a bit of a dunce, we don't have a water type up front. Anyways, let's just try with Ray. He shouldn't do too badly, since Anorith's special defense isn't that high. Oh, but its physical attack is. I forgot. Well, we're going to change straight into Silkio. Raidra got to level 29, finally. Agility is not needed. Her next Pokemon is a pain in the neck. Lileep. A rock and grass type. It can screw up basically my entire party. So we're going to have to throw everything at a wall and see what sticks. The good thing is, grass types are weak against so many things. Which means I can just use anything that is neutral and we're rolling. Lileep is also a tank. It doesn't have that much attack, or special attack for that matter, but it can take a lot of hits. Which is definitely the more worrying aspect about it. Because in a war of attrition, that thing will always beat me. Especially if she uses a super potion. And she's burnt! And she's no longer burned. But she spent an entire round healing. And also Asahi got a crit. So that was her lead. Now, her ace is a Lycan Rock. About this. It's a monster. If you don't know how to deal with it. It has counter and a lot of many other good moves, which is why I'm calling in Silkio to debuff. Because Silkio will be able to handle a few hits. This right now is doing the work, laying the groundwork, so that I can pull in Cyreno and hopefully kill this thing as fast as I can. Because out of experience, I already know it can tank a Z move. But I cannot take many of its hits. I cannot take this thing. So we have to work around it. Now, let's see how well I remember that. Can it really take a hit from me? If I can't hit, it definitely can. Oh, for the love of fuck! A third flinch in a row would have been ridiculous. It cannot tank a hit. Okay, thank God, we're rid of them. I was a bit more afraid than I said before, because I was afraid, honestly. Usually her fight doesn't scare me, but this team is missing something, and also we're still relatively early into the game. Let's see. Let's take care of Rear real quick. Rear, my little Zorua. He's so cute. Such a sweetheart. Such an absolute sweetheart. Second island, second heart. Let's see to it that we take care of Cheryl real quick too. The second heart is, as I said, nothing too big. So... Oh, there it is. I'm actually okay with doing this right now, because it doesn't up the chance of random shit happening by that much. With that, we finished our second grand trial. The hip movement is crucial, huh? Got it. You're just you. Everyone is. And what's wrong with that? Why should it matter who your family is? That is a powerful quote. You are just you, aren't you? Just this question. Let's go to the Pokemon Center, and that's where we take the break. Because I need some water, and I'm sure all of you could use some snacks. So, I'll be right back. we are back! Welcome back, everybody! Let us... Well, first of all... heal, I guess? Yeah, let's heal! What we want is to put Cyreno up front. And then just let everything happen. This is the best way to handle things right now. And you will soon see why. No, I'm still not clearing out that route. I'm going to do that off screen. If I remember. Looking here, we have this boat and that's it. Going here, well, up there, there's a beach. The reason why this is important is because of this guy. Pyukumuku chucking is a side quest. I think this is a daily occurrence that you can do. And it gives you things. So... Muke. Muke. Yeet. Muke. Muke. Basically, we just have to throw these poor creatures back into the ocean where they belong, because humans decided it would be a good choice to encroach on their territory. But at the same time, this is also not too bad, because if you know anything about sea cucumber anatomy, then it's that they don't move much on their own. So if they get stranded, that's basically it for them. This is both a good thing and a bit of a bad thing, in my opinion. We will go to the dude momentarily. We're going to check these here. First of all, we have Staryu, a water type that evolves into a water psychic type. Starmie is a decent Pokemon. I can somewhat recommend it. It doesn't fit into every team, but if you find one that fits, you can certainly use it. There are far worse water types than Starmie. Like Psyduck. I'm sorry. Psyduck is cute and Golduck is not that bad. But I have used a Golduck in my Pokemon Black 2 playthrough, and I stopped using it the moment I had the opportunity to catch a Staryu. I caught a Staryu, evolved it to Starmie, and from that point onward, I didn't have a Golduck anymore. So it's another thing about having history with specific Pokemon. Starmie and Staryu are fast special attackers, who are also kind of glass cannons, but they do have decent defenses. They're not 100% glass cannons, so I don't think they count really, but they're also... they cannot take a lot of hits. Some, yes, more than the average glass cannon, but still not a lot. If you want to use a Starmie, you can basically evolve it as soon as you get the Water Stone, because we will get a TM soon that is optimal. Well, not just optimal, but perfect for Starmie. We get 20,000 Pokédollar for this! And yes, this is a daily thing. I remembered correctly. There is another Pokemon that you can get in the sand dunes. It's Sandygast. And I hoped I would find one. Because Sandygast is a very good ghost and ground type. It's defensive with very good physical offense. It may be slow, but overall it is a highly recommend. If your team is lacking a ground or ghost type, or a dark type and you still haven't decided whether to get dark or ghost, you can and probably should consider, at least consider, a Sandygast. Pikachu. And no, we're not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with a famous Pikachu. I've had enough Pikachu in that park. This is Faber. As he mentioned, he is part of the Ether Foundation. The Ether Paradise, we will see, is basically a rehab center. And I'm curious to see how it looks with the higher scaled graphics that I have at the moment. I say higher scaled graphics as we see Olivia's face up close and it's pixelated as fuck. The next island is Ula Ula Island, and it is one of my favorites, if not my favorite lore-wise and story-wise. There is a lot of things that are going to happen there. That boat wasn't here before. I've been here. This is, by the way, why I've went to the dock, because I wanted to see if the boat was there. It wasn't, and the game treats it as if it has always been here. Mantine's surf here to Ula Ula will, by the way, be put on hold for a little. We can access it from Ula Ula, but not from Akala for the first time. So, have some patience. I will Mantine surf every map possible. From Island 1 to Island 2, from Island 2 to Island 1. And then 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 3 to 4, 4 to 3, 4 to 1, and 1 to 4. I think you cannot go from 2 to 4. It's complicated. We will see when we have all the islands unlocked. That is when I will start to make my Odyssey. It'll take a lot of time still, but yeah. by the way, we have basically reached the halfway point story-wise. Well, after we complete the Ether Paradise, we will reach the halfway point. So, we won't have that much game left. Or, well, we do still have a bit of game left, but it won't be as much as you might think. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are not short per se, but they're not long games either. Meet Wiki. Or Wick. I always call her Wiki. She's adorable. Like, her eyes, they're just cute, and her hair... She's cute, okay? I like her. I really do enjoy characters like that because she's absolutely kind. This is the main entrance hall. Yeah, our characters in this game are around 11. Personally, I think the main pro tag is probably around 12. Gladion is around 14. And Lily is around 11, same as How. How confirmed to be 11? We're just around the age, that is as much as we know. Lily is around our age or How's age, and Gladion is Gladion. We can meet the president of the Ether Foundation. I want to see how much we can look around, and I want to do so a bit more slowly. There's the Corsola and the Starmie that we saw. Here there's a Starmie that we can interact with. Here are Grima. Some Sudowoodo. And sadly, that's it. Aside from these. glucosamine. She's old. I was a bit quiet to showcase the music, because the track that plays when you meet her is not friendly. It seems like it, but it's more a bit sinister, cold, clinical. Meet this creature. It looks strange, doesn't it? Menno, Menno. Menno, men. This fight, you do not have to win. You just have to fight it. You can't catch it, because in the Ether Paradise, as was said, Pokeballs don't work. If you can beat it, good on you. It doesn't give you anything special. So don't stress it. You also don't have to get beaten. You just have to endure for a few turns. It's seriously nothing big. So if you've been thrown into this fight without any preparation, don't worry about it. Oh, that was a high power hit. Oh right, you gain experience for beating this thing. I almost name dropped it there. But the experience is literally the only thing you get. Feint attack. No, we're gonna keep feint attack. We're gonna get rid of pursuit for foul play. The first time I saw this thing, I wanted one. I got it! I even got it shiny. And I'm still happy about it. But I absolutely adore this design. And the reason why I prefer this storyline over the base games is starting now. The Ultra Recon Squad may seem like it has been written in a bit willy-nilly, but considering everything, it makes sense. Considering Necrozma and the beasts, it makes actually more sense than the base storyline, I think. This is what I mean, by the way. We randomly get the TM for Psychic. How is actually quite adorable, I think. Welcome to my favorite city. Mali City. I love it. I will be a bit cautious and put Rarier up front. And we'll see what happens. I think I'll end the stream today when we found the professor. I forgot that he leads with Torracat in this one. Rarier won't be able to do much in this situation, so I'll have to switch him out for Cyreno. This fight is actually a very difficult one. I might even lose this. I'm gonna be real here. Look at the damage he does. Look at the level of his Torracat. Look at that! That was Cyreno. Gee, wouldn't it be bad if there was some Pokemon that he has that needs my starter, because otherwise I have no plan B for that. Jokes aside, I don't think that the Pokemon I think of is gonna give me such a hard time. I actually think that this was the hardest one of his team, so we'll see. I think this should work. Yes, it does. And speed fell. And Asahi is faster now. And that was his Raichu. I told you I'd be okay. There it is. I'm actually mildly concerned about Tauros, but not much. I think Silkio should have this one under control. If we don't rely on Headbutt. As much as it's a stab move and we have a Silk Scarf, our attack has just been cut. By a lot. So, we are going to try and Charge Beam him. We can take another Horn attack. But can he take another Charge Beam? Probably yes. Yep. Let's risk it for the biscuit. There's our boy! Our boy coming through! I am suddenly very glad to have kept this dog. Leafeon. I've told you before about Leafeon being a speedy attacker with a lot of defense. We're going to try and use Shadow because he has a 4-time resistance to grass-type attacks and a resistance to bug-type moves, and aside from that, the only other moves Leafeon could possibly have is Dark and Normal, both of which are neutral but also not stab. Since he's going to be faster, yep, I'm going to use Leech Life. Holy crap! Yeah, no. I can't wait until this bat finally evolves. Jesus fucking Christ. I love Noibat, and I will always stand by my choice to keep it. But it makes a lot of things very much difficult. We're going to use a super potion. And after that, no more healing items in the fight. Since it's getting more and more difficult, I've decided to allow myself 1 potion per fight. And aside from that, still no revives unless it's just for getting the XP on a Pokemon I wanted on. So I don't want to scum around. And his own Noibat. Since Cyreno is down and Sharo is not doing too well, let's see how Rarier is gonna do. Rarier's gonna crit first turn! Damn. And there we go! He's also going to evolve now. Zoroark's data will be added to the Pokédex. If it thinks humans are going to discover its den, Zoroark shows them visions that make them wander around in the woods. Zoroark, or Rarier, wants to learn the move Night Slash. Yes. Now, we forget Leer. Feint Attack is still too useful for now. Considering there will be enemies up ahead who can still lower our accuracy or increase their own evasion, we might need a move that will hit always, 100% of the time. Lycanium Z. This is the first time that we've seen a specific, or Pokemon-specific, Z Crystal in this journey. good. We're gonna heal for now. And if we can continue on, we will go out for a little shopping trip. I know we've just gotten a new outfit and all, but I just want to see if we can get more new things. Oh! Yeah, no, we can't head out. We have to go to the garden, so the shopping trip will have to wait until Sunday. Now, welcome to Mali Garden. This area, Mali City in general, is a bit oriented after the Japan-aligned region. Kanto, Jodo, Hoenn, and Sinnoh. The entire city is supposed to look a bit more Japanese from styling. So that's that. Now, what we're going to do is, let's see. We're going to put Asahi up front and see how much experience Sharo has. I keep forgetting Thursday streams. Hi. Yeah, you're a bit late actually. I wanted to play until we find the professor and then I wanted to take a break for today. Should I try to remind you earlier next time? You know what, we're going to use all 3 rare candies on Sharo real quick. Just as I join and put up front. Yeah. There are a lot of trainers in Mali Garden. There's also Poliwhirl in Mali Garden. I think I've already given a description on the evolutions when we saw Poliwag first, but just in case I'm going to mention a few things again. With a Water Stone, it evolves into Poliwrath, a water and fighting type. And when you trade it with a Kingstone, it evolves into Politoed, a pure water type. I would usually say get it for the Politoed, but trade evolution. If you can go for it, certainly. I think it's mainly because I have a lot of late shifts this week, so I was home 18:30 and then ate dinner. Yeah, that could be as well. I mean, I did start the stream very late today because I was honestly caught up in Genshin. Like, the newest story quest has about 2 hours to 2.5 hours of dungeon in one singular quest of the newest chapter, and it's not multiple dungeons, it's one singular one, so if you try to leave to take a break, you're going to have the entire 2.5 hours again. I had to pull that off in one sitting, which is what delayed the stream today. But don't worry about coming late. I'm sure on Sunday everything will be good again. And next week, I've said it earlier, but for you I'll say it again. I'm going to officially say something about the streaming schedule for next week on Sunday. Because next Friday is Halloween, next Thursday is the day before Halloween, and next Friday I don't have work. So there is a good chance, depending on how far we get on Sunday, that I'll actually stream on Friday next week instead of Thursday. But we will have to see about that. I'm going to know for sure on Sunday, which is why I said that's when I will make a statement. I'm not going to stream 3 days a week, even if it's just for Halloween. I am not going to do that. That would kill my voice. I'm not fighting any of the trainers here right now because, well, frankly I don't want to. Also, you can find wild Gyarados here. You can go for it. You can make your dream come true of a truly random red Gyarados if you try to hunt for it here. On Sunday I will also give you a tour on the Island Scan exclusive Pokemon here of this island, which will take a bit, because despite being a lightning round, it's, well, 5 Pokemon that I have to explain back to back. We have Goldeen here. Let me try to catch that in a dive. I could still go out and do the in-game shopping, because if I remember correctly, there's something interesting in one of the stores here. Also, we just got a Mystic Water from a Goldeen. I think that's a 5% chance. Jeez, I have luck today. Another Poliwhirl. And a big mushroom. A money item. I'm not going to do any of the fighting today, as I think is obvious right now, because I'm avoiding fighting like the plague. But just so you know, next stream I will try to level up Cheryl some more. He's currently 2 levels above, or 1 level above, the rest of the team, because of the rare candies, but he needs a lot of strength. Because he evolves at level 48, I want to see if I can make grinding him up a priority. Now, there's a puzzle that you can do with these platforms. I will look into it next time, and then we can go through the solution together. Oh, by the way, for Yuasahi, we have given our Furfru a new haircut today. Just so you know, this is the debutante cut. Or debutante? Debutant? I think debutant. Debutant? Me and French. Personally, I was positively surprised because I didn't know what this cut looked like. I like the yellow tone. It does look, well, yellow or beige. It looks good anyway. It's a diva. Yes. Now let's see. What do we have here? Alright, here were the halter tops. I absolutely adore these. The black in the middle that covers up, well, the cleavage, makes this top look incredibly elegant, but I don't like the striped version. The flower print top is a bit over the top, but and then we have a few more sporty tags. I think I'll get this along with this. Yes, I still don't like these socks. Shoes. I'm gonna stay with the ones I have. And the bags. Yeah, I'm staying with the one that we have again. There's a few more sports caps and street caps. We have Scaly, we have Thunderbolt, and we have Cruel. Cruel is a Liepard. Oh, we also have Order. Order, I think, is a Zygarde print. Cruel is Liepard. Thunderbolt, I'm not quite sure. Could be Zipstriker. Scaly, again, I'm actually not sure. Now, these, I don't like the look of these. You know what? I would usually go with Cruel, but I'm gonna go with this one this time. Here we would have some mirrored sunglasses, but I'm not going to take them. Now, we have a new look. And with that, we see Lily in front of the library, and I hope we don't have to follow directly inside, because with this, I would probably take a break after this cutscene, I'd say. Her Mudsdale is the real deal, by the way. It is strong. There's a reason why I recommend it. It's a good Pokemon. We do have to go in here. But... oh, by the way, you missed it, Asahi, but look who evolved! We now have a Zoroark as well. That only leaves 2 more team members that are left to evolve. And 1 team member where I'm still not sure if I'm gonna keep him. But as it stands right now, I'm probably not going to take him out of the team until I am absolutely sure of what I want. I tried Mudsdale in base Sun and Moon. Yeah, that thing slays everything that you need slain. And because a good gamer always saves twice, with this, we're gonna take a break. On the next stream, on Sunday, hopefully this time all following schedule, aka at around 6 PM, maybe a bit earlier, we will probably get to the first trial, and maybe even further. With that, have a nice evening or a nice day, whatever is the time zone at your place. And goodbye!